The gift of No Child Left Behind is that it really has shown us just how many children have been left behind.
It's motivating for some people, and it's obviously caused some schools to step up and hold teachers more accountable, but I think it also doesn't drive instruction to the places that I don't think that No Child Left Behind was intending to. And seeing the way that I think about the second graders in my building and the way that they are treated like a fifth grader, which is developmentally completely inappropriate. They're asked to sit for hours taking tests that a fifth or third or fourth grader is taking, but now because second grade comes before third grade, they need to be tested just as much as them. And second grade should be not what I'm seeing it become in third and fourth and fifth. And just seeing elementary age students be treated like junior high or high school students because they have to be prepared for a test just takes the fun out of learning.
Krista Sokolsky teaches third grade in San Lorenzo, California, a lower middle class area near Oakland. She says this: "We do our best to break things up, but the program doesn't really allow for variation. A lot of us wonder why you need a teacher in the room if we can't do what we're trained to do. Essentially, they give me a textbook to follow that anyone who could read could teach."
Just seeing the way that people assume if you give someone a standard main idea, cause and effect, and that it can be easily taught and digested by a student in one interaction with it is just oversimplifying the process. And I think that's one of the faults of when you just hand down standards.
Children are not computers. They have emotional and psychological needs that cannot be checked at the door. This reality must be considered to create a successful learning environment.
Teaching the whole child, I work in a community where 100% of our students are in low-income poverty families. I have students who are homeless and dealing with abuse and neglect, and to expect them to perform and to come in and check that baggage at the door is a wonderful idea, but in practice is really hard for a 6-year-old's mind to do that. And as a teacher, I know what benchmarks they need to reach and where I want them to be as readers and as thinkers, but I also know that there are gaps that they need filled in their emotional well-being and how they relate with peers and adults, and knowing that those areas of their lives also need to be better served and equipped. I feel at times that there's a tension between teaching all the content I have on a schedule for a day and also knowing that there are other issues my students are facing that are having impact, and how do I meet them there?
In terms of our leaders not wanting to engage it because of the perceived failure of reforms, I don't think that our leaders really have yet to focus seriously on the issue of solving our education crisis. I do have great confidence in our country, and I do have great confidence in the brilliance and the tenacity of our leaders and of its citizens. And I think that when leaders do decide to really address the education crisis and to overhaul it, then I think that they will be successful.
This is a timeline of No Child Left Behind. Notice how in June of 2014, according to No Child Left Behind, every child in America is supposed to be proficient. That is not the case. In the past 12 years, we have made very little progress towards this goal.
Freedom.
Chance.
Stability.
Independence.
Opportunity.
Security. How can the children of America move forward to become future innovators, leaders of industry, and a public service to our nation when we have to rely on money, government policy, and the lottery to have an opportunity to engage in academic rigor?
How can parents tell their children to be something great when the government is playing games through a system that is evidently fractured? Kids all across America are being left behind.
We cannot go back in time and change the past, but we can provide a solution for this problem now. We need a sense of urgency. Time is running out. The children of America deserve the opportunity to be excellent.
We were 12 years broken, but this is the year to have no child left behind.